Most children would say there is never such a thing as too many toys, but I have a feeling some parents would disagree.
Yeah, that's right. So here to help us tackle the toys to keep both parents and their children happy is the wonderful Amanda from Easy Life Organizing. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for bringing me on again. I'm so excited to come and talk about toys.
Yes.
Always excited when you're here, but especially with this topic for toys because you're a mom as well, so you know firsthand how hard this can be just to do in general by yourself, but to have your children join you in doing this as well.
Yes, yes. So that is one of my core beliefs with organizing toys is to get the kids involved, right? If somebody came into your house and just started taking all your stuff, how would you feel?
Upset.
That's a good way to put it. That is a very good way to put it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so getting the kids involved is always my #1 step. And they, you know, obviously if they're too young, they're just going to keep everything. But I even got my 4-year-old to agree to get rid of a lot of things. He got rid of a whole grocery bag's worth of stuff on his own, going through these individual steps with me. And I was so proud and happy as a mom because then I didn't feel like I was throwing away sentimental things either.
I'm proud of him too.
I know.
That's like a big sign of maturity as well.
It really, really is.
And so another thing that you brought up as a tip are toy rotations.
Yes.
So how can that help and how do we go about that, doing it with our kids?
Right. And so when, as parents, we're like, kids will come to us and say, hey, I have nothing to play with. Can you play with me? And you're like, you have a million toys. I don't understand. And the issue is the toys are very overwhelming for the kids too. Just as it's overwhelming for us parents, it is overwhelming for the kids to see so many because they don't know what to do. So we want to minimize.
Gotcha.
Okay. And toy rotations are a wonderful way to do that without feeling like you're getting rid of all of their toys that they have. So the first step, whether you're just downsizing, whether you're trying to set up a toy rotation, is to start sorting. Okay. And I recommend different categories. So for example, you would make a pile of, this is all of the art stuff. Here's all your figures, maybe your cars, dolls. We've got building stuff. My son loves building things, so our building pile is very big. Or puzzles. I've got a puzzle section as well. You want to take all of the toys and just start dividing it into these bigger categories. Then you can see, oh, I have so many art things and they never play with them, or oh, look at all these broken crayons, and you can easily start to minimize.
I have to say, now I see why this is helpful for the children, but for the adults, sometimes, can I say, even they have an attachment to these things because they've invested money as well when it comes to these toys, so it's hard to give them away. How do you go about that?
I will tell you right now, this, my son, it's technically my son's, but it's also mine, this bus right here. And it is a sentimental thing for me, and so this is something that I like to keep. But there's another bus that my son got rid of. And he was not as sentimentally attached to it. We have to remind ourselves the toys are for our kids. Okay? If you want to keep a toy because it is sentimental to you, it should be with your sentimental things. If the child doesn't want to play with it, they don't want to play with it. So I actually asked my son, I would hold up a toy, Charizard.
Pokemon.
And I would say, do you want to keep it to play or do you want to give it away? It's very cute.
Very cute.
Very rhymey, and the kids loved it. And so he would tell me, keep it to play, or he would say, give it away. And he understands that giving it away means that another boy or girl is going to use it, and he's not going to see it ever again.
And as we're wrapping up, you know, we're in the last month of the year, December. When is a good time to do this with your kids? Is it when we have more free time around the holidays, when we're getting, you know, possibly more toys for Christmas or Hanukkah and all of that?
So I usually recommend doing one purge right around now. Early December, do it before all the holidays start to happen, do an initial purge. But do it multiple times throughout the year so that it's not so overwhelming and it doesn't feel like such a huge task. Doing my son's area really only took us 30 minutes, and that's because I involved him in the process.
I love that. Okay, well, Amanda, this is just only a small amount of the steps that you have. Where can we tune into your podcast or your blog where you give out even more ideas to help us organize different spaces in our homes?
Oh my goodness. So my podcast is called Talk Clutter to Me, but you can also find me on Easy Life Organizing.
We love that. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I think this really puts a lot more people at ease, especially this time of year. Get that brain going and get that organization going. especially before we hit 2024, believe it or not.
It's almost
right.
here.
Oh my goodness. Well, we love it when you talk clutter to us. Oh, thank you so much, Amanda.